Canadian Music Week, a who's who meeting of industry insiders and fans. A hot topic, Ontario capping the price that scalpers can charge for tickets.
The cap is going to be unenforceable on a bunch of those sites, technologically and otherwise. And I believe that it's going to drive bad activity underground even worse, where it's going to be unenforceable.
It's the start of another new year.
This new law was brought in after the Tragically Hip's farewell tour 2 summers ago. Scalpers had vacuumed up most tickets and jacked up the prices and raked in tens of millions in profits. Thousands of fans across Canada found themselves shut out.
This legislation is basically a populist response to a situation that's beyond anybody's control.
Radio host and music industry blogger Alan Cross has long been a critic of this law. He says come July 1st, Ontario will be unique in North America, making it illegal to resell tickets for more than face value plus 50%. He says it'll be unenforceable.
The idea of a price cap on concert tickets is a brilliant idea in theory, but in practice it's going to be a disaster.
Authorities will likely have their hands full. Consider what CBC News found this week. Hundreds of tickets being resold at huge markups. For example, Gordon Lightfoot in Hamilton this fall. Box office price, $100. On SeatGeek, more than double. Imagine Dragons in Toronto next month. $250 tickets, more than 3 times that on TicketMaster resale. Or Ozzy Osbourne, front row to see the aging godfather of heavy metal in Toronto. Box office, $1,500. On StubHub, $4,592.
But in a matter of weeks, those kinds of prices will be against the law. Now, we've learned that the penalties for any scalper or website caught selling above that cap, they could be as high as $5,000. Almost as much as those Aussie tickets.
But a long-standing question hanging over all this is what Ontario will do to enforce the law. This week, officials told CBC there is no new money or staff. They'll use existing resources to enforce the new Ticket Sales Act.
If they're not adding new resources, that would be a pretty toothless law. If there's no enforcement, who's going to abide by it?
Leaving many doubting whether this law, born out of the Hip's farewell, will in the end do anything to protect fans. Dave Seglin, CBC News, Toronto.
Okay, so that's Ontario. Laws meant to keep resale ticket prices down vary across the country. For example, there's no such law in British Columbia, although the province's Solicitor General is looking into the issue. In Saskatchewan, the general public's given 1 full hour to buy tickets before they are available to scalpers. It's illegal for resellers to charge more than the original face value in Quebec, so it's not a moneymaker in that province at all. And like British Columbia, Nova Scotia has no law governing ticket resales.